Raster and Vector. No, these aren't the call signs of two FBI agents forced to work together in an 80s cop drama. They're two types of digital file formats that you're likely to encounter online. As a small business owner, you're probably used to wearing many hats to get things done. So knowing the difference between file formats and how they can affect your brand assets is an essential tool to have up your sleeve. In this video, we'll break down the differences, as well as the uses for each, to make sure your branding is formatted perfectly every time. Alright, it's time to interrogate these two troublemakers and get to the bottom of this case. Let's start with the rookie, who has an eye for detail, Raster. A raster image is any digital file that's made up of pixels, and when you have a few million of them together, those pixels become a high-definition image with incredible detail. The total number of pixels within a raster image, referred to as pixel density, or PPI, determines the resolution or the amount of visual detail and clarity. More pixels mean more clarity, but also a bigger file. And because the number of pixels is fixed, raster images are resolution dependent and will become blurry when stretched beyond their original size. Common raster file formats include JPEGs from digital cameras and illustrations, or designs made in software like Adobe Photoshop. Here are some other common raster file types. Okay, we've got Raster's number, but what about their tech-savvy, play-it-by-the-formula partner, Vector? Don't worry, that joke will make sense in a moment. A vector image is any digital image constructed out of points and lines, commonly referred to as paths rather than pixels. The position and curvature of these paths are determined by mathematical formulas. So when the image is resized, placing the paths in different positions, these formulas allow the computer to automatically reproduce the image at a new scale. This makes vector images infinitely scalable with no loss in visual quality. Because vector images are individual shapes created one at a time, they work best for more minimal styles. While you're ultimately in control of the number of shapes and colors your artwork or design contains, creating high degrees of realistic detail is a much slower process. The most common vector file types are PDF and Adobe Illustrator files, as well as these. You've got an idea of what makes these file formats so different, but which ones should you use for your business? Well, the answer is, it depends. Raster images, for instance, can provide a high degree of detail, but are dependent on resolution. So they're best used for design projects with fixed sizes or collections of images. Think photography, illustrations, flyers, signage, menus, or any other product packaging. Vector images, on the other hand, are resolution independent, but less capable of detail, so they're better suited to design projects with variable sizes and a simpler style, such as logo designs, typefaces, web icons, simple illustrations, or animated graphics. Feeling overwhelmed yet? Don't worry. When in doubt, remember that raster files can be very detailed but are not scalable, while vector files are scalable but not very detailed. Alright, we've got all the evidence we need from these two file types to ensure our branding is formatted perfectly every time. And remember, you can always come back to this video whenever you need to, or you can check out our in-depth blog post on the subject in the video description down below. Now that you've got some technical expertise under your belt, you can head to VistaPrint.com to continue building your brand. Explore our full range of marketing materials, including business cards, signage, and more. This is Raster, and this is Vector. Signing off. Case closed.